What's shaking? All right, welcome to this training video all about goals and writing them down. Goals are one of my favorite subjects, one of my favorite topics to talk about. It's probably something that I talk about too frequently with my wife and kids because they get annoyed when I try to bring it up in conversation. They probably hear it too much from me. I just am a firm believer of getting your goals written down. I'm going to kind of just show you what I do for my goals, not in a what's on my goal list, but in a sense of what I try to do in a timeline to write down my goals and stuff like that. So let's just move to this first slide. I only built one slide for this. I am a firm believer in writing them down and displaying them openly. I can literally go back and show you from I think it was 2020s that I started doing this process in my personal life, and so I can show you from 2020, 2021's goals, and now I have 2022's written down. Ooh, that's a lot of times to say 20. Anyway, I have those written down, and I can literally show you from 2020 and 2021 that I accomplished far, far more than I would have if I didn't write them down at all. So, like I said, I'm not showing you how to write down your goals or like what you should put down on any of your goals. Everybody is different and everybody's on a different life path. And I recognize that and I understand that. And so I'm just trying to open your thoughts about how to start thinking about those and actually write them down and get them out there. So I'll give you the timeline that I like. I like pondering my goals first, of course, right? I love to think about it. Like, what is it that I really want to do? What is it that I really want to accomplish? And so I love to start thinking about those right around Thanksgiving, actually. So long before anybody else is really thinking about what they want to do for the new year, or if they have New Year's resolutions or a new goal list or anything like that. I like to start thinking about them pretty early. And now that I'm 3 years into writing my goals down and being very deliberate about it, right around Thanksgiving is when I actually start evaluating how I've done for the previous year, or for that year, I mean, with my goals. And I really start to go, okay, which ones have I checked off? Which ones am I still working on? There is a category of my goals, because I do write down a lot of them, that sometimes through the year they just get pushed off because it's something that either the software dies or it's a program that I just wasn't passionate about. Maybe that dies, and then I'm just like, well, I'm not chasing that goal anymore because the whatever it is just gone. I'll kind of just display a couple of those on. I have my goals for 2021 up on the other screen, and I'll just kind of talk about those here in a second. But I wanted to start by saying that starting with the pondering of your goals and identifying things in your own mind that you think you want to accomplish is step one. Whether that's right around New Year's, or whether it's right now when you watch this video, or for new agents that are coming on to our staff, maybe it's that you've seen people close real estate deals and you have that goal in mind, but you've never written it down. So this is all playing it into a part of that. Really start thinking about what you want to accomplish, and then move to the second part. Create that Google Doc or a journal page, or if you have to be one of those people that writes it down in pencil. I had it's Richard Paul Evans. He is a mentor of mine, but I haven't seen him in quite some time. But he would always write in pencil. He just said everything has to be tactile for him and the feeling of it. And he had this weird, no, I shouldn't say weird because he's a genius, but he had this thing with writing it in pencil. And so I don't have that. I just write it down on Google Docs. So it's I can take it everywhere with me. I don't need something like that. And I can edit the whole thing on my phone, whatever. So to each their own on that. But what I'm trying to say with this part is get a system that is for you to blabber out all of your ideas about what you want to accomplish and just write everything down. At this stage, it's not even really about refining or defining all of your goals. This is really just about spitting everything out on the page and then coming to this next part right here. Ponder your goals again. So typically in my timeline, and so this is 3 years running that I've done this. Right around Thanksgiving, I start pondering my goals and evaluating how I've done in the previous year. But for people that haven't written anything down, you have nothing to base this off of. So just ponder your goals at that time or right now. No time like the present. But for me, right around Thanksgiving, I start pondering, I start writing, and then right around Christmas, I'm really trying to wrap up my third part here, ponder your goals again. So then I'm really just evaluating, like, are these really the things that I want to accomplish? Are they too high, too low? Did I try to set up something that I'm like, ooh, that was an easy win? Or is it something that I'm like, wow, that's not even a goal this year, that's like this decade, stuff like that. So I really want you to just get in the habit of pondering, writing them down, pondering those again, and then I like my fourth step to critique. So right around New Year's Eve or right around New Year's, when everybody's talking about New Year's resolutions and new goals, I'm already trying to critique what I've got on my goal list right now. And so I'm really saying I've already done 3 or 4 steps to get to where I'm at now before people are like, oh, I just want to get thinner, eat less, stuff like that. Where I'm like, I have a whole list of things on my goal list. And then lastly, this one is such a crucial key piece is to post them where you're going to see them daily. I would turn my camera around, but that would take lifting up my laptop and whatever. But literally right behind my desk is where I print my my goals, and I put them up there for me to see. You know me, I'm sitting at my desk all the time, like teaching or training or talking to clients or whatever, or playing video games. We won't talk about that. But I'm always sitting at my desk, and so I'm always looking up at my goals and saying, well, which ones have I worked on? Which ones can I work on today? Which ones have I let fall off? Stuff like that. And I can really evaluate them as the year goes on. I have been making 2 YouTube videos as well, which helps post them and get them out there for other people to see and kind of hold me accountable. And the videos are a previous year's wrap up. So taking all my goals and saying how well I did, and then also this upcoming year in the future of those goals and what I want to accomplish. And I post those out on YouTube so everybody can see them, and so that hopefully it will generate other people to think about their goals early, but also so that I always have a kind of a video blog of what those are, and it also kind of creates an opportunity for other people to say, hey, that's not one of your goals. Like, what are you working on today? So it's fun to have accountability in there, but it's also a great way to just put it out there. So anyway, I like these steps. These are how I have been so successful in the last 3 years to really just smash things and get things done. I can literally show you from my 2021's goals how many of those we accomplished. I'm going to name off a few big ones. I did have some that just fell off, so I'm going to kind of just go over those really quickly as well, because you will have things throughout the year that you just say, these aren't my priority anymore, and then you just let them go, right? You don't have to hit all of your goals each year that way because your life is evolving. In my opinion, there's no way to write an annual goal list that has everything you wanted to do or that encompasses the things that you think you want to do. And so it's an ever-revolving thing, and I suggest tweaking it to fit your lifestyle. So I had about 35 or 40 goals written down on my 2021's list. A couple of them that I want to just state real quick is we wanted to get our first turnkey deal and buy our first turnkey deal for just me personally and my family. And we did that in like the middle of June. So I had written it down, I set a goal, and then I actively pursued it like crazy. I said, we're going to go down this path, and I want to own a turnkey deal. Doesn't matter where. I just want to make sure the numbers look good, pull the trigger on it, buy it, and own another piece of real estate. Well, we did that in June, so I knocked that one out right off the list. Something that I have in here is to grow my, let's see, where is that? Hold on, let me get the software name for you. Home Scout. So we used to have this software called Home Scout that was a searching software for people to look at like homes and things. I put on mine to grow that Home Scout to 300 users. Well, Home Scout, the software, stopped to being a thing. So obviously I couldn't finish that one. So that just fell off. So like I'm saying, all I'm trying to point out here is your goals will adapt. Let them adapt to your lifestyle. But write them down, display those, and then critique them all the time. Okay, I don't want to hammer on the goals too much. You got the principles. Now it's time for you to put them into use. If you want an accountability partner, you can always let me know what your goals are, and reach out to me. I want to know where you're at. I want to know what you're up to. I can help you grow. I want your career to succeed and take off. So write down your goals and post them so you can see them every day. Love you guys, and we'll see you later.